So yeah, I kind of feel bad about how crappy the Cogman review was, and I don't really do two reviews of the same figure, so yeah, we're getting a bonus review. I don't really have too much stuff that's new, so I'm doing something that's, I don't want to say near and dear to my heart, but there's definitely something special about how I feel about this guy. So what we got here is a deluxe repaint of Armada, Red Alert, I think. Yeah. So I actually think I got this guy from Goodwill in like a bag. Like a bag of Transformers. It was like $7 if I remember correctly. And this was the golden goose of them all. I could not for the longest time figure out what this guy was because I didn't really know anything about Armada, and it was before I tried to watch the show, which is unwatchable. And so just went for a long time just not knowing who he was. And finally I found out one day, you know, this is a pirate Cannonball. I mean, I kind of get it, right? Like, he's got the swapped out hand for a sort of tool, and that's actually kind of it. I don't know. I don't think it's a BotCon exclusive or anything. I don't know. I honestly don't know where this comes from. I just really like it. It's a amazing A++ repaint of a F-minus toy. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, there are way worse figures. I know I want to say it's the Armada Sideswipe mold is the, it's the black sheep of an already black sheep series, so. But yeah, no, what we got here is actually a pretty lovable figure. You just gotta get around what's kind of weird about him. He's obviously like squat, and I don't want to, I don't know how to put it. He's, there's something about him that, despite like his odd lumpy proportions, is actually really likable. Like, he's got car parts all over him like you tend to get out of a car transformer, but he doesn't exactly do it gracefully. But something about the colors and the like Day of the Dead designs, I am not going to try and say the Spanish of that. I am too white for that. But those skeleton designs on him, he's got all over him. He's just, I don't know, he makes this like really dumpy robot mode somehow awesome. And that's even with me missing some of his accessories. I guess he comes with like a hammer and a claw that are supposed to attach to what is now just a Shockwave-esque blaster on his left hand. So that's what I get, right? Like, that's what I got. It was probably $2 I spent on this thing, and it was a gold mine. But yeah, I really like this figure, even though I don't think I have anything Armada. I have like the BotCon exclusive Ramjet, but like I don't have any official Armada toys. No, I have Unicron, but you know, it's not, nah. Like in the Armada vein, I think this is the only thing I really have from that line. So yeah, what do we got here? He's got really limited posability. Like, a lot of his joints are really tight and hampered by some of this car kibble. But, you know, that's not what this guy, that's not what's great about him. It's just, I don't know, like, I'm going to go back to the colors, like this blue. If it is blue, can you help me, guys? I'm a little colorblind. It may be purple. I'm not sure. It looks good, though. It's deep, and it's, like, it's rich, and it goes so well with, like, the dark gray? Is he gray? I'm a little colorblind. Like, it could be a dark maroon. That was one of my problems with Prime Knockout, is like the car was red and then there was like the maroon on top, and I was like, why is it painted gray? And somebody was like, it's maroon. I was like, couldn't tell. But yeah, no, great. He's actually really good, despite his limited posability. He's kind of got the ability to do the A-frame, but it sort of splits his crotch in half. So, like, do it, but, like, in limited quantity. Like, he's got no problem standing, though, because, like, all his weight is straight at the bottom, where the front and back of the car meet to make his gigantic stomping shins. But yeah, so as far as I know, there's nothing remolded on this guy. It's just a straight repaint. Even down to the I don't know if this is his planet key or not. I think it is, because it's like almost the same color as his, let's see if I can get you in focus there, as his windows. But you shove that up in his butt, and twin cannons blast over his shoulders. So just, I don't know, just like a nice little cherry on top of this cupcake of a demon pirate figure. I love it. So yeah, I don't think there's much to say about this guy other than what you can see and the fact that he's made out of that Red Alert mold. So if you were a fan of the Red Alert mold, or is it First Aid? I don't know. He was voiced by the dorky guy that turned out to be Pan in Gargoyles. Does anyone know what I'm talking? It was an O name. It was like an Oscar or Owen from Gargoyles voiced. How do I know that and not the name of the character? Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and transform him. You start by pushing his head in and pulling the back off and plugging it in. I'm assuming this is the order. I don't really transform him much. Like, he just sits on my shelf. Like, he's just good to, like, sit there and look pretty like an expensive wife. Even though he was cheap. So, yeah. This is one of the problems. His joints. Like, you'd think mold degradation would make it so he wasn't just like, you gotta, like, murder him to get him transformed. He's got these little front skirts that fold forward for the transformation. And it doesn't really... They don't really move when you move his legs forward. Like, it'd be kind of neat if it had, like, a dual purpose where, like, when the leg moved forward... I guess it kind of does, actually. The leg moves forward, it pushes a little bit, but, whatever. We're past posability. We're moving on. Doing our crazy reviews here. Figuring out how to do the whole... Not social media. Content. I'm figuring out how to put out content. I hate that word. I hate that. I just ever since that came out, I feel like that's newer, and I know it's not. I know it can't be new. Why is this thing being such an ass? Getting it together. I feel like the front end holds together better than that, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's because it's usually sitting on a shelf once it's car mode. So we get a back all plugged in. Yeah, his legs split in half to make the front and back of the car. Oh, this is one of my favorite features of a Transformer, is when the wheels do that. Oh, I don't know why. I love that. Maybe it's because it's like, I don't know, just something about that wheel transformation. I feel like there's a new figure coming out that does that, or something. Something I'm looking into getting, I don't know, that does that. But, that's just, like, not even just because of the, the Back to the Future thing. Just like, I love the way it folds in, and then the heels, his heels fold up and fill in the gaps. And so, yeah, we end up with this Magnum. We say it's a Dodge Magnum, kind of, with a helmet, on top. And you know what? If this doesn't scream middle-aged white lady crisis, I don't know what does. So, but yeah, we end up with this fantastic looking Dorkmobile. I don't know what else to call it. But it's got the sweet paint apps from the robot mode now lined up. Get the skeleton on there. I know it's not great focus. I'm sorry. I wish I could do more to make that work. I love that. It's not even just like Day of the Dead. It's sort of got a Medusa like feel to it, especially with the green. Just gorgeous, gorgeous car. I've seen the Red Alert like images of it, and it's supposed to be an ambulance. I don't know. It doesn't have any like pizzazz. It's just like it's like G1 Ratchet without like the benefit of being G1 Ratchet. So it's just, I don't know. I got through so little of Armada, but I remember getting through it and just being like, why is this guy here? He's just there. He's just present. Like, so many of those characters, like, I think Scavenger was the guy that was training him, and there was, like, that whole, he's a bad guy, he's a good guy thing, and then there was the motorcycle, and he was a good guy, he was a bad guy, and it just all led nowhere. It's just so unwatchable. You know what? If you like Armada, good, more power to you, but, the writing, so bad. I don't like anime, so. But anyway, the force chip feature still shoots the cannons forward, so you get a little bit of I'm going to call it, I'm saying it, stealth force mode. I like stealth force. I bet you could get some There aren't any guns that have holes in them. That is not true. There are lots of guns that have holes in them. I just don't have any present. Oh, I never did a size comparison. Good enough. I didn't do the robot size comparison. He's sort of short, but he's like... I dropped my Shark-Con. He's sort of like short for an older deluxe. I don't know. He's decent size. He does have a pretty beefy... Oh, maybe he doesn't have a beefy car mode. It just feels beefy. It just feels... It is bigger. Yeah, it is. It's not longer, but it's wider and it's taller. And it's heavy. I mean, it's not even. Like, it doesn't feel that much heavier. It's just, I don't know. It's just got a good, solid structure to it. So, yeah, I don't know about the planet key. I don't know about the missing accessories. Well, I do. The hammer and the claw. But this is all you need. No accessories other than, you know, because you can get a planet key from any one of the Armada figures. I actually have a lot of planet keys considering I don't have any Armada figure. Is it Armada? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, good figure. If you can find it, it's the Armada repaint. It's called Cannonball. He's a pirate or some such. He's awesome. I do heartily recommend him. I don't know what the prices are on eBay, but he was a great find for me. Close to my heart somehow, but, you know, also, like, distant, like, up there in that Armada area where I'm like, you know, that's not for me, but then there's this. So, anyway, this has been PhelesDragon. Yes, that is how it's pronounced. Hope you enjoyed the review. I should be back soon. I'm going to try and do weekly reviews. Hopefully this one uploads well. And you enjoy the rest of your day.